My name is Lindsey Baker. I'm the director of the Center for Learning and Teaching. We call it the CLT at Oklahoma City Community College, which we also refer to as OCCC, so we'll call it OTRIP probably a little bit in this video. But my role is as a project manager, primarily administrative for the college. I'm on the academic affairs leadership team, on subcommittees and committees, and we run an LMS help desk here at OCCC. We use Moodle for our LMS, for our learning management system, and so I help run the help desk. I have a team of instructional designers as well, so we handle everything from Moodle support for our faculty, staff, and students, as well as faculty training, professional development opportunities, course design, and things like that. And so I have with us our LMS administrator, so his name is Joshua Moore, and he's going to be answering some questions as well, but his day-to-day is Moodle tech support, educational technology support, a lot of higher level complex tech support.
My name is Joshua Moore. I am the Learning Management System Administrator here at Oklahoma City Community College. My day-to-day, I perform daily maintenance on the learning management system. I also provide technical support to students and faculty, and then I help integrate different software into the learning management system, such as textbook platforms.
Speaking from the Center for Learning and Teaching perspective, we try our best to provide a quality and effective LMS support for our faculty, staff, and students. We always want to create an easy and seamless online experience for students. So that's really our goal, is to take away anything that's going to be a barrier to learning, a barrier to them furthering their education. And I think that falls directly in line with OCCC's mission as well. We're always looking for innovative solutions for tech support, for what we can do to make things easier for everyone. And so I think that's where this initiative comes in. So us, developing and training a chatbot, which Josh has really been a big role in that. So he is, like I said, our LMS administrator, and he has taken the initiative to train the chatbot, to continuously improve it, and so just definitely want to give him kudos for that. So he's spent a lot of time on the chatbot, and it's really been a team effort too, to make sure that we have all the support questions that are common that students ask answered for them with the chatbot. We also named the chatbot together, so that was fun as a team, just to come up with the name. His name is Professor Turing. Professor Turing, I think, falls directly in line with our mission in the CLT to provide innovative technology and support, as well as OCCC's mission to do that as well.
So here in the CLT, we do have specific office hours. So we're Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and we're also we only have a number of staff here in the office, and so students might have to wait to be able to get questions answered just whenever someone's available, or if they are needing assistance outside of the Monday through Friday 8 to 5 time period, they'd have to wait until we are back here in the office. And so the chatbot really kind of provides some more availability to students, some 24/7 support. I think some students also can feel anxious reaching out for support, and so the chatbot kind of gives students a different avenue to get some of those basic technical problems and questions answered.
I think the most engagement that we've seen with the chatbot from students is definitely in the beginning of a semester and the beginning of a term, because it's really designed to answer those basic questions that you just need someone to answer for you, right? And so we see a huge uptick in engagement during those particular times of the semester at the beginning. It also helps us because we can provide 24/7 availability, which is obviously when you have just a few staff members and limited resources, you're not able to always be there 24/7. And so the chatbot has allowed us to fill that need for students of that 24/7 availability. I think too, it helps us with faster response times. So we're able to rely on the chatbot a little bit to be quick and answer those basic questions, so that students can take their exams and not run into technical issues or find their courses, find their textbooks, all of those things that they typically struggle with in the first week of classes.
So we chose Kommunicate because it's one, it's affordable. I also found that when looking at different chatbot platforms that it had a really kind of easy to understand user interface. It was quite versatile, and I liked that the integration was, it used just basic HTML injections, which we use a lot with Moodle and integrating different other platforms that we use, and so something we were already familiar with and we knew we could implement easily. Students mostly will ask how to find their courses, a lot of Proctorio assistance, Proctorio being our online proctoring software, as well as McGraw-Hill Connect. So McGraw-Hill is one of our textbook platforms. It's one of the most commonly used ones we have in different classes and departments here at OCCC. And so understanding how to navigate that platform, the chatbot can help answer a lot of those basic questions.
Sure, so even the name of the chatbot, when we first launched it, a few faculty reached out to us, just excited that the name was Professor Turing. We had named him after Alan Turing, and so they were excited about that. So we had some initial positive feedback just from those faculty members. And then we've had students who have directly reached out to us with comments and feedback, especially in the beginning. And even now we get some comments about it. So I have a couple of quotes here. One student told us, quote, "It is really easy to navigate and to get help with what I need." Another student, this is a little bit lengthier, but the student says, "I was completing an exam last night." Basically, it kicked her out of the exam, and she was able to get into the chatbot using the icon on the Moodle homepage. And she said, "It was honestly a lifesaver since it was late already and I needed immediate assistance due to the exam due date." So that is my feedback for the first time using Professor Turing. So just knowing that a student is taking the exam at the time that they need to, right, for their schedules, and that they were able to get into the exam when they otherwise would not have been able to, really showed us in the very beginning, okay, this is something that's going to work for us and help us with some common issues. And we also have a decent chatbot rating, so we have some data that we're going to talk about as well, just as far as feedback goes, but some positive feedback from students so far.
It's really difficult to kind of say, but we have noticed definitely when looking at the data that the Kommunicate platform provides that students definitely use the chatbot a lot during the first week of the semesters, and so we do get a lot of questions answered that students would typically call into the CLT for. So the chatbot is available 24/7, and so that's one of the main kind of features that we enjoy about it, that students aren't constricted to the 8 to 5 that we are available here in the office. And so and then we also are able to get some data about student satisfaction, and students can rate their experience with the chatbot, whether they had a great experience, an average experience, or a poor experience. And so we're able to get that feedback and be able to use that to kind of create or make better adjustments to the chatbot for student support.
So especially answering those common questions about Moodle navigation, I think, is a big thing. And again, like I said, those common sort of technical issues that occur, that it allows, just quick response times from our end immediately for the student. And so that's invaluable, I think. I think it's hard to say as far as how it's impacted like us as a staff. Like we can't really tell necessarily that however much it takes off of our load, but I do think that it definitely, helps with that student support. And so we've had over 3,000 conversations that have taken place since we launched Turing in June of 2024. So that's a lot of student conversations, a lot of, hey, I can't find where my textbook is, I don't know how to email my professor, how do I do these things? And so that the chatbot can easily answer those with quick response times has really been helpful for us. And also I think too, it helps with those complex issues as far as pointing students in the direction of where to go. So that's another piece of it is, there's always going to be that human component of this is a complex technical issue and we need someone to be looking at this to figure out how to fix it. But even though Professor Turing can't necessarily help with those issues, it will tell students, hey, go to the Center for Learning and Teaching. Here's their phone number, their email address, their booking link. Here's how you can get in touch with them. And so that's really, obviously a common thing throughout colleges and universities, big institutions. It's difficult to know where to go for what. And so I think that Professor Turing helps with that as well.
Yes, so as of 2025, right now, just from January to now, which is April 9th today, we've had 459 conversations. Most conversations happened on January 21st. We had 38 conversations that day. That was the first start of the spring semester, so both the early 8-week and the 16-week. And then just for this year right now, our customer satisfaction score is 8.33 out of 10. So that's calculated on the average of ratings, and students can rate the conversations as great, average, or poor. In total, since implementing the chatbot, I think we've had over 3,000 conversations with students.
I would say go for it if you can. You know, it can help with those limited staffing and resource issues that we all face, limited hours that we have. It can help with common repetitive questions. So, you know, I don't have to answer the same question about something like Proctorio, which is something we use for online proctoring, 20 times a day. I can have a chatbot that can do some of that for us. And so that's really helpful to take that piece, and have that covered with a chatbot. It's definitely worth the time and effort that it takes to train it and purchase it and get into it. Also, chatbots are familiar for students, so they see them everywhere. It's just, a way for us to keep up with the higher education trends, of having chatbots for LMS support, for tech support, for websites and things like that. And so I think it's really important for us to stay up to date with that technology. And so that's meeting students where they're at and with what they need. And also you can serve as an example. So I think even our marketing team asked us about a chatbot for their website when they launched their new website, and we could potentially help with that. We've helped the library train their chatbot recently with some testing there at their end stage. And so you can also serve as an example and as a support for other departments in your institution. And so that's really nice too, to be able to collaborate like that.